Today I have a very special guest, Ken. Thank you for being on the show, Ken.
Thank you for having me, Shakira.
Okay, I'd like to start out by having you tell us your name and what's your age?
Okay. My name is Ken Egu, EGU. My age, I'm 29 years old.
Young.
Yeah, young enough.
Ken, where are you from and how did you grow up?
Okay. So originally I'm Nigerian, born and raised. But my family, we migrated here when I was young. I was about 10 years old. We migrated to the Bay Area, California. And that's where I spent most of my teenage years was in the Bay Area. And now I live in Los Angeles.
Okay, that's cool. Nigeria.
Yeah, that's right. West Africa.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken, where did you go to college?
So I did my undergrad at Duquesne University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I studied digital media. But I also, I was a college athlete. I played football and I ran track. So that's what took me from the Bay Area all the way to Pittsburgh, was a scholarship. So, back then I was trying to make it to the league, I was trying to go to the NFL. So that was like my dream. But when I graduated undergrad, sports didn't work out for me, so I was kind of lost and, trying to find like what I was going to do. I'm very spiritual. I pray a lot, and I got like a vision from God that I needed to go back to school and apply myself to my artwork. I grew up, doing art, drawing, cartoons. So I decided to pursue a master's in fine arts at USC, University of Southern California, and that's what brought me to LA. And I graduated in 2019.
Okay, that's interesting, Ken. Yeah, I understand that about having a dream and then going in a different direction.
Right. Sometimes, it's not about, what you want, but what God wants for you. We be trying to do stuff for ourselves where it's really like, it's not your purpose, that's not for you. God wants you to do something else. And I think that was like, I was at that crossroads when I graduated, trying to figure that out.
Okay, Ken. So talk a little about your company and the books of Eagle.
That's right. The Books of Egu. We make educational content, faith-based content, focusing on sports, cartoons, art, and video games. Basically, we want to address the problem that we have with our youth today. Kids and young adults have a hard time kind of relating to topics that they're learning in school. The way they're interacting with it is a little outdated. Everybody's on the devices, the PlayStations, the Xbox, the tablets. Nobody's in the actual textbooks anymore. And even on the faith side, like nobody's in the actual Bible anymore. Everybody's, interacting and learning from these stories that they playing on the phone. So we built a bridge to kind of like meet them where they're at. So my company just focused on making cool content, but like making it for mobile gaming, making it for for them to interact with at the palm of their hands while making it fun, making it cool, making it immersive. So that's what we do.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And so it's like faith-based products.
Yeah, faith-based products, educational-based products. Like we just trying to educate.
Okay, Ken. Talk about your video game and the Forerunners Gospel.
Yeah, the Forerunners Gospel. Yeah, that's the first product we launched in January, and we're actually going to do a relaunch next week. But it's a faith-based mobile video game. So we took like Bible stories and we brought them to the year 2200. Put it in a different context, for the kids to kind of digest it better. But it's the story of John the Baptist, and we just kind of try to make it fun, make it cool. So yeah, you can download it from the App Store or the Google Play Store, and to the palm of your hands. Just like what we're trying to do.
Okay, repeat the name of it again so they can download it.
It's the Forerunners Gospel. So Forerunners, FORERUNNERS, gospel. So like I said, we're going to do a relaunch this coming week. So be on the lookout for that.
Okay, it sounds good.
Thank you.
So can you talk about your bridging technology, media, and education initiative?
Yeah. So basically, we're taking the products that we make and we're trying to create like a curriculum around it. We partner with like institutions. We started here in the Los Angeles community, but we partner with like ministries, educational institutions where they will bring their kids. Take the Forerunners Gospel, for example. We did a show where they brought their kids. We had their kids play the game live in the studio, and they were able to give us feedback, and they were able to compete. Because the game also has some competitive parts to it, so they were able to compete and win some prizes. So we're trying to use that to kind of build this faith-based community, faith-based video game community. So that's what we're doing to kind of make the technology better, but also kind of to understand and build our audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, to have products that are faith-based with all
Yeah,
the other stuff that's going on.
exactly. Yeah.
So can you talk about your NFT release this spring?
Yes. We're coming out with a couple NFTs. The first one we're doing is we did an award-winning piece of artwork. It's based on Bob Marley and the Wailers. We wanted to highlight them for Black History Month because of their mission, the Rastafari movement, which is based on the ideology that every Black and brown person around the world needs to go back to Africa and invest in Africa to build a new African nation.
Okay.
So we wanted to create a piece that kind of represent that, but also the proceeds that we're going to make from the sale of the NFT, we're going to use to donate to projects that we're working on in Nigeria and Ghana.
Okay.
We're building a museum to preserve African arts. A lot of African art is being stolen by Europeans. You got to go to some museum in Paris or England to see, African art. They should be able to just go straight to Africa to see that. So, and also we're, working with this company that's building solar panels across Nigeria and Ghana. So, we wanted to support that as well. So that's part of our mission is to, bring, bridge art and community service through this NFT release.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sounds deep, like a deep mission.
Yeah, for sure. And if you'd like to be a part of it, the NFT release is happening later this spring. No official date yet, but if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, I'll be announcing when we launch officially and how you can help donate and be a part of the movement.
Okay. So what's next for the company?
Just making more content, making more partnerships. Everything that I make, I want it to be like tied into the community. Like it has to be able to benefit the community. So just making more educational games, making more faith-based games, and making more artwork that can, help, make a difference in, people's lives. I feel like that's just it. Just make more content.
Okay. Where can they get your artwork if they want to buy it?
Nothing is officially for sale yet, but when
Okay.
we do go on sale within these next couple months, they can go to my website, booksofigu.com, BOOKS of EGU.com. Yeah.
Okay. And so I'm gonna just transition over to the area of love.
That's right.
And so are you single or married?
I am single. Yeah.
And so I'm gonna tie this into money. So what have you learned about money in your past relationships that can help somebody else?
I would say it's important to date intentionally. And intentionally to date means that not you just don't date the person for how they look. Because somebody could look really good, but if they have bad credit, and you trying to build a long-term relationship with them, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Date with somebody that check their spending habits. That's something that I pay attention to whenever I'm dating. How what does she spend her money on? How does she spend? How often does she spend her money? Because I understand. We live in America, capitalist society. Women are 80% of the spenders in America. So
Hey,
women,
wait a minute now.
women are naturally going to spend more money than men. They're the biggest consumers in America. So I understand that, but at the same time, you got to see what exactly she invests her money into, because when you ultimately marry her, that's what she's going to be spending your money on too, and that's how she's going to be investing in your family. So I think that's the way I say money and love can kind of that's the relationship, that's the balance.
So looking at the credit and the spending habits.
Exactly. I mean, credit is a little bit harder when you're dating. I mean, you're not gonna just ask her, like, what's your credit like? But like if you like, if that's the one, if you like, like I've been with her for a long time, and I'm thinking about making that next step. I feel like that's one of the, as a man, that's one of the, I'm just speaking strictly from my perspective as a man, but I think it applies to women too. If you're gonna commit to a man, you want to see what his credit is talking about, to see how, what exactly his money is going into. So, yeah.
Okay, Ken.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, as far as contacting you, where can people contact you if they're interested in this NFT project, or they would like to get some of these video games off of the app, or looks for some other things that you offer? Where can they contact
Yeah. Just I'm on Twitter, Instagram, both is Books of Egu, BOOKS of Egu, EGU. My website, booksofegu.com. I think everything has like a link to each other. So that's the biggest way to contact me. Twitter, Instagram.
Okay. And did you have any last words to leave for the audience?
Support my girl Shakira. She's doing her thing. Check out this podcast, check out this interview, check out all the interviews that she does. And support Black content creators. We out here, we trying to do it, we're trying to come up. So let's just keep supporting each other.
All right, Ken. Well, sounds good. Thank you for being on the show, sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.